And in, okay, ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Hi guys, so today I have my friend Moj with us here, all the way from, oh my goodness, is it California? No, LA. LA, right?
Bay Area, Northern California.
Yeah, beautiful. How are you today, Moj?
I'm doing fantastically well, especially after some chat we had together. It's so refreshing
No.
to come
Yes,
together.
so refreshing, so good to chat with you. And we know each other now for nearly a year, right? Well, not a full year, but through the Bomb Global TV. That's how we met. And Moj, okay, tell my audience who you are, what you do, and everything about you is so interesting.
So, my thing is about I've came to the point that I like to be the catalyst for people to make the shifts that they desire in their lives. I'm an ex-engineer. However, the last decade and a half, my work has been in transformational, and I'm into joy, that innate joy. I recently published a book which called Rediscover Your Innate Joy. It's a 10 chapter book, and at the end of every chapter you have some contemplation and something that is really cool because a mentor of mine also did a book and he published his around the same time, and it's like the synchronicity had been like really cool and interesting. And something I know that the idea for the book, it wasn't a book first. The idea came to me last two Januaries ago, and I created an ebook around empty nesters. So I put this rediscover your innate joy for empty nesters. It was like an 8 page, 10 page ebook, potent. It had like 8 page of content. Every page you read and you get like beautiful content out of it, and then you read the next page, beautiful content. So I put that, and then I did a workshop around it, a free workshop around it, and I had people joining me who weren't even parents, because this was addressed to empty nesters, which parents who their kids have left. And it came to me that, oh, people, we all need to revisit going back to that innate joy that we always had.
Mm.
Then I was asked to do a talk in a spiritual center that I'm part of, and once in a while I do take the podium there. And I was just asked again on the fly, "Do you want to talk next month?" I said, "Sure." Write me what the topic you're going to be talking about. I said, "I already have it. Rediscover your innate joy." They said, "Love it. Let's do it." And I did that talk, and then I did another talk, and then I was like, I have enough content that I can write a book, but I didn't want to write a book just for information and content. I wanted to write something, or my work is all about practice.
Yeah.
I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a very seasoned yoga teacher. I'm a 500 hours experienced yoga teacher. I taught for 15 years, 5 to 10 classes a week, and up to pandemic. So I have a lot of yoga training and yoga coaching and yoga teaching under my belt. And for me, it's the practice where you
Mm.
to get clarity. You do the practice, and in the practice is where you find out what your new way is. So, um, so for me was, I had this idea that I didn't know what to do with, so I did an ebook, and then this, and then this, and this. Now it's a book, and it's a fascinating book. I
Amazing.
mean, I wish I had a copy to just show you the cover. I love the cover, and I created the cover. I used AI to
Wow.
create it, but it's crystals and nice purple and
Hmm.
lavender.
The
Every piece
crystals
of
that we have it here.
every piece of the book, I read the book myself, and I'm like, this is good. And now, I'm literally thinking about running a program
Oh,
with
that would
the
be amazing.
my own book club is reading the book, who are parents, who are moms that I know for the 25 years. And we're going to talk about it mid-October in our book club. So it's like my kids bought the book. I have one in Amsterdam, one in Southern California. So it's like a lot of my bump friends have bought the book. And it's like, so it's kind of like doing so well. But the thing was, it was an idea that I played with, that I took action with. I have had so many great ideas that I didn't do anything with, and they died. They just went back to the earth. Maybe somebody else picked them up. But I created the Global She Circle because I wanted a place for people to come and talk and speak
Mm.
their heart mission. not the mission that they calculated, their heart mission. As an engineer, I know what that one is, but this
Mm.
heart mission, so that they can hear it, so that they can see, is this really what I want to do? Because when we don't talk it, the least we can do is to speak it. When we don't know, when we don't speak it, it just stays an idea, and then we say, oh, I never did anything with it. But when we speak it, we actually get to perhaps now put it into something else, and put it into something else, and then it becomes a book, and then it becomes a program, and it becomes a retreat, and it becomes that. So the reason I brought the book forward was because it was an idea that was just an idea, and then the next move created the next move and the next move. So I wanted to create a space where you can come and speak your hearts and articulate it in front of an audience, so that you can hear yourself and say, oh, that was really good, what I just said was really good. And then you can harvest that, and then go plant that and make that bigger. So that's how the global she he circle, there's actually a slash between the S and H in the center, because by default I ended up having 79% woman, I call them 79% heart-centered woman, and 21% courageous men. So then out of that, now the program, I started the program, it's just fresh off the press. It's called um, She, He, AIM Winner Circle. And the aims
Okay.
with alignment, impact, magnetism. So you be in alignment with your heart center, with your heart goal, with your heart mission. Then you impact. And I have my group is now at 10,400 people
Can we
in
just celebrate?
7 months. And I've interviewed 220 people. And out of the 220 people, 220 people wanted to make an impact. They
Amazing.
all could do something else. I'm an engineer. I could make SHIT load of money being an engineer, but that's not what where I want to.
Mm.
So people like me, people who could be doing so many other things, are doing the work that they're doing because they want to make impact. So the she he aim stands for alignment, impact, and then from that space you magnetize, aka monetize.
I
So
love it.
now this group is coming together. I'm having conversations with people around it. I have people starting to join the program, and it's going to be where I get to give people opportunities to show up on the platform and coach, teach, post, shine their programs, show and tell what the heck they do, and get training, get motivation, do networking events on the group. Already from just talking to people, like when I talk to people about it, if somebody books something with me to talk, I invite other people to that. So we end up having 2, 3, 4 people talking about She He Aim. There's already collaboration going on between the people who are joining the calls to join the She He Aim. And for me is that's what I want to be, a catalyst. I want to be a catalyst that you come in with an idea, and then somebody else come with an idea, and then you guys marry and make this a
Mm. Mm.
bigger than life that you
I
expected. And that's the initial um, inspired action you take. And then from there, it, blossoms. So that's who I am. I think that in a nutshell, I want to be the catalyst to promote you. And when I say promote you, it's not to promote you for me to look better. It's not to promote you and then it's actually, look at me, I did this for Ingrida and that's why she's shining. No, to promote you, to promote the heck out of you in
beautiful.
heart-centered mission in the work that you're doing. So that's what I'm doing between the she a global she circle, which she starts with support, harmony, and empowerment.
Yeah.
And then again, there's a slash between the she and he, which I should put that there.
Yeah. Yeah. So the program that you run, Moj, what would be the right for the people who are, I don't know, they are maybe lost in life, they want to create something. What who is it for?
I know what you mean. I'm like people who want to make an impact, but they don't know what the heck to do. Yes.
Mm,
Is that what you're asking?
yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The impact has to be there because that's the group of people that I'm attracting. And that's a group of people. Like if you look at our circle of friends, everybody wants to make an impact. They also want
Mm.
to magnetize and monetize and do this and do that. They want a tribe. They want this. They want to be heard. They want to
Yeah.
the people be heard. There are all of that going on. But the core of it, we all want to have impact. You want to have impact in your functional medicine. For me, my impact is to do what you want to do. That's like has been my motto ever since. Like in my house, you do what you want to do. You live your life the way you want to live. That's how I brought up my kids. That's what I do with my husband. Of course, there is some,
Yeah.
constricts there, but it's
Of course.
basically what
Yeah.
your heart calls you. I don't tell you what to do. You tell me what you want to do, and then we blossom you. So for people who are lost, they don't know, but they know that they don't want to be this, they don't want to be that, that the society has told them. They want to do their own thing. So one of the tiers within the program, it allows you to come on the group 4 times a month, like once a,
Beautiful.
and you can come on the group and you can start saying, this is what I want to do. Like you can start somewhere and start articulating what your heart wants. When you articulate in front of an audience is very different
Mm.
from when you articulate in front of the mirror. And even that articulation in front of mirror is hard. Like if I ask you, Ingrida, what do you really, really, really want? It will take you some time.
Yeah.
We know what we don't want, but knowing what we want is
Exactly.
tricky. So this is not in front of a mirror. It's in front of a 10,400, maybe 500. I don't know. I haven't checked.
Growing every day, Moj.
Yeah, because I was on vacation and the group grew by 400
Wow.
organic.
Amazing.
So it gives you the possibility to come in the group and articulate what you're thinking. Like you could say anything and you hear it yourself, because sometimes you say things and you're like, oh, did I just say that? I better write that down. I do that a lot. I get downloads, I say it, I do meditations, I say something, I'm like, hold on, I got to write that down.
Yeah.
It's not what we say, it comes through us. When we're connected, it comes.
Mhm.
So then hear themselves. They're like, oh, I like what I just said. Let me write that down. And out of that, something comes out. And then they come back the next week and they expand on that. And before you know it, within a couple months, those people who had no idea what they wanted to do, now they have something to play with. There are also people who are established, who have, like, I have a friend who is creating a big group and he is paying people to create this platform. He's going to have a conversation with me next week and he wants to join the He Aim because he wants to come in the group and speak about this grandeur work that he's doing. And he wants to have the opportunity to recruit people into his grandeur project that he's running. And he wants to implement and bring heart-centered people. And he's already like, I know your group, Moj. I want to, this would be a platform I want to go in and advocate people and see who would
Mm.
resonate to come in. So they could be somebody who is already knowing what they're doing and they're spending 500,000 to create this platform of themselves. Or it could be somebody, as you said, that is trying to understand what to do. And me and the group, we are going to be catalysts that
Yeah.
help to be you and get to who you truly are.
Yeah, because it is amazing. Your group is 10,000 something, and there's so many people. And when people come and share their services, what they do, their hearts, you never know, who
Mm.
you can have impact on, which is beautiful that you are doing these. But now, Moj, tell us about you. Who, how did this happen? Like, when did this happen? Were you always so joyful as you are today, or since I know you?
Well, joy has been a thing in my life. Even my husband, from very beginning, he would tell me, "You won't do something if it's not fun." And I'm
Mm,
like, yeah. So I would agree with him because he thought if he tells me that, then I would be like, no, I do serious work too. I did serious work, but you know what? I did it and having fun. I was one of the, I was one of the, um, literally one of the only woman managers within my work, within my being an engineer management space, running a reliability engineering lab. I was one of the few. There was another woman who was in operation, was an older woman. I was basically
mm,
it in that sector of my work. So I'm very good in working with male population. I can intellectually connect as far as high tech stuff. I can kind of carry on a conversation in that, and I understand all of that. So I sort of did all of those boring jobs, but guess what? I still had fun. I still would enjoy my day. I will still dress my own way. I will still create things in the work environment. And then I had all these people who would want to help me because I needed the support of so many different departments.
Mm.
And I would be one of the people, if I would call on someone, they would take care of me. They would take care of the equipment I need them to take care of. They would take care of that report. They would take care of things. So there was so many collaboration and so much teamwork and so much because she asked that would be delivered. And so I always had this thing of I was kind to people and I was loving and fun toward them so that they would do that in return. But I also have, I lived through a revolution. I lived through a couple wars in my home country from Iran. I lived in Tehran. I had so many hardship. My dad was retained for a few months that I didn't know if he's gonna come home or not. My brother left the country with my mom for education. Right then the revolution happened. I'm like a 13-year-old, 14-year-old with my dad. My dad was an admiral in Navy. They will detain my dad. So there would be nights that I'm all by myself in our home as a young teenager, grew up, you know, like on a in a bed of, we call it a bed of like feathers. And now, there's like bomb attacks, there's like this happening, that happening. And so there was a lot of adversity happening around me as I was growing up. And I ended up being generation zero in US. And I had to fend for myself. I had to pay my rent. I had to pay for my gas, electricity. I had to pay for my school tuition as an engineer. Went to UC Berkeley, worked 5 jobs to pay for all of that. So I had a lot of experiences in my life that I could be really pissed off and I could be really angry at the world and at the universe, at the circumstances. But I learned very early on that I can be sad or I can be,
Mm.
time is going to go on. And later I'm going to be more sad if I was sad because time went on and I was sad. I could be more happy and say, good job. Even in that moment of time, you still lived life to the fullest. So it's something that I noticed, and hence the book, we
Mm.
discovered innate joy. I noticed that a lot of us need to go back to that innate joy that it's within us, that is not connected to the money, not connected to the relationship, not connected to the returns, not connected to anything outside of us, just to us, just to
Yeah.
selves. So that's where, that's why, I live my life. I'm like the black sheep in the family. I'm the one with the purple hair. I'm the one who's not doing big ass job. I'm not running the world. And where, so it's like I became a black sheep in the family, but they still all love me because I show up in my authenticity and I get away with a lot of things because of who I am. And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's just her. Let her do her thing. But I'm the one who gets called when anybody within the family needs something within the extended family. And so I trust that answered your question.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. It just I didn't know a lot of things from your past, what you mentioned, because I didn't know like that you went through all this, that you were in Europe, there were wars, things like that. So I didn't know that part about you. Um, so that was actually very interesting. The only thing that I know that Moj is always joyful and was always joyful on the call, and your name it's even here. You said joy. And yes, you're so right, because it does expand, isn't it? The energy. Like if you focus on joy, that's what you get. You're gonna get more joy. Am I right here saying like that?
It's totally okay to feel all the emotions. I do get angry. I
Yeah.
do get frustrated. I do get
Yeah, me
pissed off.
too.
I do get annoyed. Annoyed is my thing because some people get angry. Some people, like, they're sad, they get angry. They're mad, they get angry. They're disappointed, they get angry. My thing is annoyed. I get annoyed. Like, why don't you get this?
Yeah.
Like we talked about this 50 times. Or like sometimes you go on phone calls and the person keeps telling you the same thing. And you're like, dude, I heard you the first time, but that's not my question. Answer my question. So annoyed is my Achilles heel. And for me is in those times that I get annoyed, I'm like, okay, come back to your heart, just ground, just
Mm-hmm.
you, and just be in a relationship with this person. Connect with this person at your heart level because heart never fails us. And then when I connect at the heart level, things shift. The person end up doing what I asked them to do. I get a solution out of whatever conversation I had. And I also become, even if things don't get resolved, I found that vigilance within myself to know everything is perfect as it is.
Yeah.
And not everything has to go the way Moj said so. Isn't that funny? Like we get pissed off because things are not getting going the way that Moj said so. How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, and so when you pissed off, how long does that last? Are you able to kind of process that quite fast and then you're
Well,
happy again?
you know, that's a very good question. It depends. It depends pisses me off because like my husband has my buttons. He somehow has access to my buttons, even though I didn't give it to him, even though I hide it from him, but he
Yeah.
somehow
Yeah.
has access to my buttons. But the thing is that I notice, they said anger is like poison that you drink and you're waiting for the other person to die. So I noticed that very much within myself because he pisses me off and then he's out there whistling and doing whatever he's doing. And here I'm fuming. He doesn't have any clue what's going on and he's going about his way. So one thing I realized that the sooner I get to come in terms with my own situation, the sooner I tap into my heart, the sooner I ground the energy. But the thing is, when emotions show up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into bypassing. You can name the emotion what it is. So if you are sad, don't call it anger. Call it I'm sad. And then if you need to cry, you gotta, the philosopher Shrek says it's better out than in. You've seen Shrek, the movies. Yeah. So it's better out than in. So emotions, they need to come out. But how
Mm.
you bring them out is the question. So if you're sad, if you're angry, if you're disappointed, if you're annoyed, you need to process and let them out. It could be I fill up a sink of cold water, I put my face in it, and I scream bloody hell in that water. It could be that. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm processing and I'm letting it out. So you find out what are the ways for you to process it and let it out. But then there is so much fire with all of those so-called negative emotions that they fuel you.
Mm.
They fuel you to do the next thing. Like if you're upset about your income and you get so upset about the income, that would be the fire under your butt to get you to do something. So you don't want to bypass those feelings. You don't want to be happy go lucky. Like you don't want to bypass. You want to you want to claim what your emotions are and then use those as a fuel. Use those if there's a conflict, use the conflict to better things. Because let's say you and I are doing something together and we're in disagreement. We use that disagreement to come into something that we both agree. And 10 out of 10, that thing is better than the both of our ideas at the beginning.
Mm.
When that conflict is a committed disagreement, when it's a committed conflict, 10 out of 10, what comes out of it, it's something totally new and to our benefit. 10 out of 10. So
Yeah.
again, I trust that answers your question.
No, it does. It actually absolutely does. And most those people who actually cannot find joy, and maybe they're a little bit annoyed that we are talking here joy, and it's like, why are you talking here about joyful and be? How can they be joyful as well? What is maybe the first step, the most important to become a little bit joyful, to have that joy in life?
So the question is, first you need to want something. You have
Mm.
to. So if you don't want to be joyful, maybe it's your dharma. Maybe it is the way that you need to be going through this life. I am not gonna say no to that, because if that's the thing that you have to experience in your life, to be pissed off the time that you've been given. If you go 10 generation back, the fact that we're here is one in a trillionth that we are to be here. That's like the percentage that we have.
Mm,
So we are miracles being here. And if that's what you choose to do with your life, be my guest. You do that. So if you want to be pissed off, so the first thing is you want to be happy. You want to be in joy. And if that's happening, if you have that desire, the next thing is for you is to be willing, to be willing, to be willing. That's where you start. You want to
mm.
need to be willing to be in joy, because as a functional medicine person, I can teach, you can teach a good plank, but we cannot do it for somebody else. You can
Mm.
show the best sit up, this best push up, but you cannot do it for them. So they got to be willing, and they're going to be willing to actually practice it. Otherwise, nobody else can do your push ups for you, and
Oh,
nobody else
that's,
can do your sit
yeah,
ups for you. So you can teach it, but the person needs to be willing
yeah. So the
to go
willingness.
in their life. So that's the first part. You just have to be willing to be willing to be
Mm.
willing. You can see that in your relationships, that if you want to choose a life partner, they don't have to have all the skills there, but they need to be willing. If they're not willing, that's eh.
Yeah, I love that. And yeah, I remember you. I don't know then where exactly we were together. That I think it was you, Moj, who was saying uh that you find a joy looking in the sky, and that was you, right?
Yes, sky. Like right now, I'm outside. I don't know if you notice the shades
No,
changing.
because it's just covered by the background, so I can't
Um,
notice.
I'm in my
Yeah.
backyard. Yeah, I have my, my
Yeah.
Zoom around here. But anytime, anytime I feel down, even if it's in the middle of the night, I come out and I look at the sky. It could be cloudy. It could be beautiful right now with clouds. It could be anything. The sky, even though I'm a water person, I have a fountain running in front of me, but
Yeah,
this
me too.
sky gives me expansiveness. The sky gives me how little I am.
Mm.
When I recognize, even though I'm grandeur, even though I'm as God, as love created me, even though I am to be here to to take up space, because there's a 1 trillionth chance that I'm here and I'm here. Even all of that, the sky make me feel so little, and then my problem becomes even littler, smaller, and it's like, oh. So
I
it
love that.
brings me expansiveness. It creates space for me, and that's something that you and I do as coaches. We create space for our clients so that they have more room to articulate things, to figure out things, and they can do it. Because sometimes things are so messy that we can't, we just need extra space. And as a coach and as a trainer, you create that space. You're like, hold on, don't rush. Come back. Let's do this thing first. And you
Mm.
space. So they do this, and
Yeah.
then they can do what they wanted to do in their heads.
Yeah, beautiful. And Moj, before we're gonna go, it's so nice. We could talk here forever. Just if you could remind people, where can they find? I'm sure you're gonna post your links, so that people can check your group out and check what you do. But just a little kind of a reminder for people, where can they find you, and the programs that you're offering, and the book you have is, I think, on Amazon, right? The book that they can
Yes.
buy.
Yes. So the Global She Circle is the group name that where I would invite people to come and be showcased. So if you have a mission, if you have something you want to share, or even if you want to kind of contemplate on it, it's a place that you can come and say interview, like you want to be interviewed, and I'll showcase you in the group so that you get to hear yourself, so that you can articulate what it is that you're doing, or so that you can be seen. You can practice being seen. That's like a big thing.
Mhm.
Sometimes we said we want to be seen, but when it comes to it, we're like, no. So
Yeah.
that, and then I have the she aim, she he aim. winner circle, where that's for those of you who really want to come on continuous basis and create the leadership within the group. Because right now nobody posts in the group, nobody shows up in the group, but when the Shein takes off, those would be the first group of leaders who come and shine in the group and who be known in the group, and then people would want to know what they're offering. So those are two ways this on that. And then on the book side, if you guys go to Amazon and if you don't remember the name of the book, just type Moj Razmi in the search, and the rediscover your innate joy, with a beautiful cover of crystals and beautiful colors with on a bed, a linen bed shows up, and you could tap into that, which is, I read the book myself again, and I'm like, this is good.
I love it. Yeah. Moj, this is amazing. So thank you so much for spending time with us, with the community. I appreciate you for being here and connecting with us. And guys, if you have any questions, ask in the comments or contact Moj directly. Join her group, check it out. So she has a lot of things happening there. And yeah, so Moj, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I already see Nadine, Mary Nadine made a couple comments in there. Um,
Oh, beautiful. You already check. Oh, you even see it at the comments.
and actually,
Amazing. Yeah.
Nadine, who commented here, she sent me a picture yesterday, and guess what that picture was? She was holding my book.
Oh my goodness, Nadine. I think I interviewed her in the group because the name is so familiar.
Yeah,
If you
she
guys are
works with
watching,
empty nesters. She works with empty nesters. She's a beautiful author. She writes beautiful romantic books.
yes,
And
that's yes, yes, yes. We love you, Nadine. It's amazing. Yeah, you girls supporting each other. Beautiful. It's a beautiful to kind of collaborate and connect with each other. Yeah,
so
yeah.
thank you so much for your time. I so appreciate you, the work that you're doing in the group, the enthusiasm and the joy that you have, which is real because we all have ups and downs.
We
But the energy
do.
you have and the work that you funnel your energy and your beautiful way of being into, I so appreciate you too, Ingrida.
And I likewise the same, Osh. So thank you so much for doing amazing She Circle and amazing things. And I learned so much in the pre-chat and in here. It's amazing things. Only all the good things about you, Mo. So thank you so much for being here. And guys, thank you so much for watching. And Mo's gonna post the links, so do check it out and do get in touch. Okay, so we're gonna stop the live video. And guys, thank you. Have absolutely amazing day or evening or morning. I will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
And it doesn't want to go off. It doesn't want to go